For the last few days, one of the most interesting pieces of news that I've seen in years has been cycling through the airways, and that is that Project Cern has been activated. Let's review the facts and then I'll give you guys some of my thoughts. So, Cern was created on September 29th, 1954 in a town off of the coast of Switzerland called Meyrin, M-E-Y-R-I-N, and it was actually created the exact same year as the Geneva Accords were signed. And if you guys don't know what the Geneva Accords were, they were basically an agreement by the French population to pull their troops out of Vietnam, effectively starting the beginning of the end of the Vietnam War. So that is very interesting to me that this Cern thing was created the same year and around the same area as the Geneva Accords were signed, which was one of the biggest peace treaties in world history. So what Cern is it's basically a huge machine. It's the largest machine that mankind has ever created, and basically its sole intent is to smash particles against one another. Now, people have different hypotheses for why Cern was invented. Some believe that it was to find the origin of our world, which is something that has been argued by scientists for since the beginning of time. Pretty much we've been trying to figure out how our world came to be. So that's one intention that Cern might have, and there are a few other things that people have been hypothesizing. And basically Cern is held at the Large Hadron Collider, the LHC, which is one of the biggest scientific facilities in the world, and they focus on physics and all that. So here's the really interesting thing about Cern, and the main reason why I'm making a video about it right now. So basically, when you smash particles against one another, you have the potential of introducing some dark matter into the world. And dark matter is something that has been talked about for years now. No one knows exactly what it is, but basically it's the type of matter that can open up a black hole. And guess what else? The Simpsons, a show that has predicted 9/11, the Trump election, and several other major key world events, has predicted a black hole opening as a result of Cern being activated. And the way they predicted this was that once Cern was activated, nothing happened for a certain amount of time. Everyone forgot about it, and then there was a tiny little black hole that was roaming around the area, and eventually got very big and swallowed up a lot of important things. So do I think that Cern is going to create a black hole? You know, that is to be determined. I have no way of knowing that information. If I had to guess, it probably might create some sort of dark matter event, but it will probably be contained within the LHC facility. I doubt that they will suddenly be so unprepared as to let it out into the real world. So most likely we won't hear much about Cern for a few years to come or something like that, because judging by the last 50 years, Cern has never been turned on, or the last 70 years I guess. Since 1954, Cern has never been activated until this point. In fact, it was shut down for many years due to the pandemic and due to the lack of research workers around during these times to help move this project forward. So this is the biggest development from the Cern camp since the creation of this huge machine. And I think that it could very well create miracles. I mean, if there is a dark world inside of our own that we don't really know about, I think that this has the biggest potential to create a portal as we have ever seen. And I find it really, really interesting that in this exact time, during this exact week, Stranger Things Season 4 Part 2 was released to the public. This show has to be the most popular show that has ever been dropped in my lifetime. It's basically captured the attention of the entire world. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Season 1 took the cake for the most views in one day, or the most watched drop in one day, or something like that. And I'm sure Season 2 has topped it. The show is gaining traction at an alarming pace. And what is the entire show about? Opening portals into the dark world, essentially, with Vecna and all that. Vecna is essentially the commander of the dark world, and he seeks to bring the dark world into the real world of Hawkins, Indiana. And while I don't think that there is some secret messenger in charge of Cern within the dark matter that exists, we really never know what's going on. I mean, if you were to tell yourself 3 years ago that we were about to be locked down for X amount of time because of a virus that originated in China that no one knows really anything about, at least to the public eye, we would all have said that that person was crazy, whoever has told us that. But look what ended up happening. Things are moving at breakneck speeds, everything is changing, the economy is collapsing, a recession has been created by the administrations that have led up to this point, and it's looking pretty grim for our world right now. And to top it all off, Cern has been activated. And I just find it very strange. It was activated at 4 a.m. our time, so around like 8 or 9 hours ago from me recording this video. And yeah, I mean, it's nothing to be scared about, obviously, but I just wanted to make a video on it. One, to like just educate people on it because it's really cool. I find it super interesting. And two, like just to tell you guys to do your own research. And if something does happen with Cern, you heard it here first. But who knows, right? At this point, no one knows. It's too early in its activation to really see any sort of difference. Alright guys, so I'm jumping in here from the future because while editing I realized that I forgot to mention something that will clue you guys into the full potential, capability, and scope that Cern has on the world. So Stephen Hawking, who was one of the most well-known and renowned scientists of the entire history of the world, he died not too long ago. I don't know exactly when he died, but before he died, he warned the world of an eventual world-ending event in which the God particle was found, which is a particle that's capable of swallowing up the entire world in one swoop. And guess what? Cern has found the God particle, and it did so in 2012. So obviously this thing is very powerful and something that is not to be reckoned with whatsoever. Keep an eye on Switzerland though, keep an eye on Myriad, or whatever the name of the town where it's been activated is. Keep an eye on there. And yeah, just keep an eye out for Cern news because I think it's pretty shocking. So with that being said, I'm gonna end it off right here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all soon.